Guys that emulate Jake. I bring some big, strong guys in too to help me push some guys around, fight them. I got a lot of movers, and I got a couple of big guys to pretty much go head to head with. He's a good little fighter, but he only has 10 fights. That's considered an amateur in our field. Running around, and I have to catch him and slaughter him.
Mike has made it clear he's not here to play games with their fight. Just around the corner, he warned Jake, "I'll slaughter him." It's a message that leaves no room for doubt about his intentions in the ring. With Mike's words hanging heavy, his training says it all. This isn't just talk, every punch and every movement shows his intent. Mike's preparation is more than just physical. It's a message to Jake and the world that he's ready to back up his words with action.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. What?
With Mike's fierce dedication already on display, Gene Kilroy steps in. To affirm it, his words highlight just how prepared Mike truly is, reinforcing the sense that this fight means more than ever. Mike isn't just aiming to compete, he's set on proving a point in the ring.
This is the strongest I've ever seen you.
Yeah?
Yeah, the strongest I've ever, and I know you since you're 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't lie. I was worried about him traveling here, traveling there. He's not getting, I can sleep now at night. This is great. 7, 8, 14, 5,
Gene Kilroy's encouragement highlights Mike's relentless drive and dedication with every step of his training. It's clear he's pushing himself to a new level, determined to prove something greater. This fight is shaping up to be more than just a match. It's a testament to his commitment and strength.
Yes. What is that?
I'm proud of you. The new generation.
Joe Rogan also shared the same perspective, pointing out Mike's intense daily workouts and the shape he's in. Rogan's words confirm that Mike isn't just prepared, he's at a level of fitness that demands attention.
I don't give a he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson. If Jake Paul's on the other side of the ring and he sees Mike Tyson just fucking bobbing and weaving, he's going to have a recognition.
Yeah.
He's going to look over and go, oh my God, that's really Mike Tyson.
Mike's in good shape too.
Oh my God.
Mike trains every day.
When you see him holding the mitts for Tyson and Tyson smashing the mitts, Jesus, that guy can still you up. He does all this like electrical muscular stimulation recovery stuff. That guy will hurt.
Meanwhile, Jake Paul is fully aware of how tough an opponent Tyson is, and he's pushing himself to the limit in preparation. He describes this as his hardest camp, yet sparring with heavyweights, grinding through long runs, and working tirelessly on the track. At 220 lbs, Jake's commitment shows he's leaving nothing to chance, determined to meet Tyson's intensity head on.
More so just the hardest camp, just sparring 300-pound guys back to back and doing the jogs, weighing 220 pounds. All the miles, all the work at the track is a lot more difficult than running around weighing 205 pounds. So this is definitely the hardest I've pushed myself mentally.
Even Jake's coach, Larry Wade, shared how tough this journey has been. He talked about the challenges Jake faced. He emphasized that each change needed a new focus and training style, showing Jake's ability to adapt quickly.
The last couple of months for Jake has been very challenging. I mean, you go from thinking you're about to fight one of the biggest fights in the world with Mike Tyson to decide that maybe you're not fighting at all, and then kind of relax a little bit just to find out, boom, a week later, you're going to be fighting Mike Perry, right? Two different styles of fighters, two different styles of training. One in which Mike Tyson's fighting 2-minute rounds, well, Mike Perry's fighting 3-minute rounds, which is a different type of conditioning. He had to go back, lock in, and get some stuff done, on top of the fact that we had to drop a lot of weight to get there. Definitely took a team effort.
Wade further explained Jake's sacrifices, balancing intense training with launching his new brand. After a short break, Jake returned lighter and even more focused, fully committed to facing Tyson.
People don't realize how much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight, on top of releasing the new brand W. And so he needed a break. And so we took a month off. got right back in there, and now we're getting ready for Mike. And we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. I didn't want us to go back up, but you can guarantee he's going to be ready.
Wade also described Jake's transformation, saying he's becoming a gladiator over the last few weeks. Jake has sharpened his skills, preparing his mind and body to be fully ready for fight night.
I think in the last 6 weeks, you've seen Jake slowly tighten himself up and get himself prepared, and he's really locked in now. So what we've been able to see is Jake evolve into the gladiator. He's slowly evolving into the gladiator that he has become for fight night. About time he finishes the camp and goes through everything he needs to go through, by that night, he'll be fully prepared. His outer shell that he needs to be able to go in there and be the gladiator for the night, he'll have that ready. And that's what you see happening now. That's the process in which we're in now.
With Jake pushing himself harder than ever to match Tyson's intensity, even seasoned voices are starting to worry. Oscar admits he's genuinely afraid for Tyson, highlighting just how intense this fight promises to be. His concern adds another layer to the buildup, showing that this isn't just any fight. It's one that has everyone on edge, sensing the risks and the raw power both fighters are bringing to the ring.
You don't think Tyson is a serious opponent for him?
Come on. 61 years. I saw him the other day. I love Tyson. I told him
He can punch.
of course, he's got a puncher's chance the first 3 rounds. I'm a little scared of Tyson getting hurt after the 3rd round.
Right.
Jake Paul's a big boy. He's 26 years old. Tyson's 61. I'm happy for Tyson that he's making money and that Tyson still loves it and he's getting in there, he's in shape.
Right.
But
Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn doesn't hold back, calling the fight disgusting. His strong words add a layer of controversy, suggesting there's more at stake than just a win.
This fight coming up, Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. What do you feel about that?
Just when you think that we live in a crazy world, don't we? Where that younger generation is built off views, built off narrative, built off controversy. And as a hardcore fight fan, someone that's been around boxing since I was 9 years old, I find it.
Hearn also acknowledged the event scale, but made it clear he's not a fan. His mixed feelings at depth, showing that even big names in the industry see the fight as more than just a typical matchup.
A 58-year-old man who was my hero growing up, firstly has to even get back in the ring. You know, to get in the ring with a 25-year-old guy. You know, speaking to the Netflix guys the other day, I don't think they like my criticism of the event. I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm never gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion, which is it will sell, people will watch, it will be a big event, and I don't like it.
In another interview, Hearn shared the same narrative and described the fight as sad. This adds an emotional touch, rounding out his perspective and leaving a sense of gravity around the entire event.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad, but it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it, and it's entertainment, I guess, but for someone that idolised the guy growing up, yeah, not the best day.
You think Jake Paul gets any credibility if he beats Mike Tyson?
He's 58 years old.
Tyson doesn't seem to be concerned about these opinions, as he's focused on his training. Each punch and movement shows his dedication and readiness to prove he's still a force in the ring.
Nice. Come on, punching. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan also admitted that Tyson is a great fighter who's faced off against many legends. He explains that Tyson is using advanced methods like electrical stimulation, adding a serious edge to his preparation and showing he's ready for anything.
Mike Tyson, people talk to. There's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, that like this shouldn't even because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. He is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows. And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that. And it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries.
Rogan continues reflecting on Tyson's prime, calling him a juggernaut and a truly special fighter. His words remind everyone of Tyson's unmatched strength and skill, setting the stage for a fight that will test both experience and resilience. But
Mike Tyson in his prime, in those years from like, what was it, like 86, 87 to 89, 90, whatever those years were, where he was just storming the gates. I put that Mike Tyson up against anybody who ever lived. That guy was a special fighter. He was just a juggernaut. Just, you couldn't stop him. He was a different guy. It's like a different model of fighter than we had ever seen in the heavyweight division before. Destroyer, man, where every fight was an execution. I mean, just ferocious, destructive, accurate, precise. Everything is perfect.
Yet, even with Tyson's legendary status, Logan Paul urges him to take this fight seriously. His concern adds a layer of caution, showing that despite Tyson's strength, the stakes are too high for anyone to underestimate.
People who are out there saying we think Mike's too old for this fight, tell them what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
I love you, Mike.
Same.
And I'm very nervous for you. And I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now. And it's ruthless. You got to take him serious, Mike.
I take him extremely serious. These people don't take him serious. This is what I learned through my 58 years of experience. Anyone's capable of killing you. So you should be apprehensive for anyone.
On the other side, Jake Paul seems unconcerned as he's fully determined to become the world champion. He shared how his motivations have shifted, focusing now on proving himself as a world champion.
Towards fighting in general, my motivation and inspiration and all that has changed. You know, it's the ebbs and flow. For certain reasons, I would fight in the beginning of my career, you know, like respect, or just because someone was talking shit, or, you know, I was excited to make a bunch of money fighting, or I really hated someone. Now, it's just completely different. Now I'm just on a path.
But Joe Rogan gives Jake a serious warning, telling him to recognize the danger Tyson brings. Rogan's words add urgency, reminding Jake that Tyson's power and experience are no small thing.
If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be in my pants. There's a dark chamber in his mind that he can open up. I changed the shape of the table because of him. And so we had Mike Tyson in when he was 300 pounds. He goes, I don't even work out. He goes, if I work out, it'll excite myself, excite my ego. I don't like that person. And then he got this offer to fight Roy Jones Jr. He gets in insane shape, and he's a different human. He's so intense that I was like, if this table was closer to him, I would be nervous. Even Jamie, when Mike left, Jamie's like, that's a different person.
The whole time.
I was so glad I was close to him.
Even Gene Kilroy shared the same perspective and recalls how Tyson's opponents have always feared him, showing the deep respect Tyson commands in the ring. His words remind everyone that Tyson's presence alone can shake even the toughest fighters.
But Mike Tyson learned from Casamata. Fear is like fire. What can burn your house down can cook your food. Mike Tyson put fear in everybody he fought. Butch Lewis asked me to come into when he was fighting Michael Spinks in Atlantic City. I went in there. Michael was sitting there. Mike was punching holes in the wall next door in the dressing room. I looked at his opponent. His knees were shaking. I told Butch Lewis, get some knee pads for him. He was scared to death.
Mike Spinks in. He leaves the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think he'll get up from this. Mike Spinks is laying flat on his back. He won't.
Even Jake also admitted that he feels fear going into this fight, showing his respect for Tyson's status and power. He understands the challenge ahead and acknowledges that Tyson is a true force in the ring.
When you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous. Yeah.
Bro was running at lightning speed today.
He definitely is looking like a animal. I will say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, they're just saying like, if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged, because they see how good he looks on the mitts. I can see it watching from the sides when you have fought everyone else, where they all go, holy shit, this YouTuber hits much harder than I thought he did. And you can see it change in their eyes. I'm not sure Mike will have that moment. Contrary to your belief, I think Mike is not underestimating you.
Meanwhile, Dana White points out that while Tyson is 58 years old, he still has a puncher's chance. He highlights that despite Tyson's age, his experience makes him a dangerous opponent. However, White admits that Tyson probably shouldn't still be fighting, showing the complexities of this matchup.
Tyson's 58 years old. You know what I mean? Jake fought a guy who was his age and who was also considered a boxer, and he lost. So if you can keep fighting fucking 50-something-year-olds.
You don't think Tyson has a chance?
And making a living at it. I think that Mike Tyson has a puncher's chance against anybody. Mike's 58 years old. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I hate doing this because Mike gets mad at me every time I do this, but Mike shouldn't be fighting.
Fight also discusses Jake's situation, stating that he needs this fight with Tyson. Everyone will be tuning in, hoping to see Tyson knock Jake out. White suggests that if Jake loses, it could damage his credibility, as he relies on these big names to maintain his reputation in boxing.
Jake needs these guys. Jake needs Tyson and needs all these other people because that you know, everybody's going to tune in to hope that Mike Tyson knocks him out.
Right.
They're not tuning in because they think Jake Paul's a great fighter and they want to see him compete. And the novelty did wear off. That's why he has to get a guy like Tyson and
To try to get some credibility back.
When he fought somebody that was actually his age and was actually a boxer and was actually his size, he lost. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to shit on the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what he's doing, but I mean, come on, man, to be fighting Mike Tyson.
But Jake is motivated for this fight and shared that he's made money and earned respect, but now his focus has shifted. He wants to show young kids what's possible. When you truly set your mind to something, this fight is more than just fame. It's about proving that hard work leads to real success.
You know, I've made the money, I've knocked people out, I've earned the respect, I've been on the covers of magazines, I've created records and history and one knockout of the year. So now it's more for me and to prove to young kids what is possible when you really set your mind to something. And that's more so what I'm focused on. So it's definitely not as exciting, and there's not as much glitz and glamour around it anymore.
Larry Wade, Jake Paul's coach, also motivated for this fight, explained that Mike was initially excited about the fight, but after seeing Jake's performance against Mike Perry, he realized he couldn't underestimate him. Wade emphasizes that now Tyson is focused and understands the potential dangers in the ring. He's ready for this fight, and everyone expects him to bring his AA mate.
Initially, Mike was excited for the fight, but you know, it's been a long time since Mike's been in the ring, and he got a chance to see what Jake did to Mike Perry. I think he understood that he could not play with Jake. He had to really take Jake serious. So I think that now he's focused. He understands what can happen in that ring. He's seen it, and he's ready for this fight. And we expect him to be. We don't want him not to be.
But Jake Paul, fully aware of the danger, stated that Mike is hard to read, often keeping his thoughts to himself. However, he knows that when fight night arrives, it will be the old Mike Tyson, the warrior, ready to do what he does best, dominate in the ring.
Yeah, Mike's hard to read. He's a man of few words. A lot's going on the inside, but he doesn't always say what he's thinking. And it's hard to tell. But I know that come fight night, it's going to be the old Mike Tyson, the warrior Mike Tyson, getting back to doing what he does best, which is annihilate people. When you've done that for so long, it's going to be second nature for him when the bell rings in the Dallas Stadium.
Jake went on to express his admiration for Tyson, but he made it clear that he's determined to win this fight.
Mike, I love you, man. And boxing thanks you for all you brought to the sport. You're an icon, you're a legend. I look up to you, I'm inspired by you, and I know you're gonna bring an amazing fight and put it all on the line. But no matter what you do, you can't beat me. It's a passing of the torch, and with the utmost respect, I'm gonna f you up.
On the other side, Mike Tyson is also confident about the upcoming fight, acknowledging the significance of competing in such a massive arena. He emphasizes the excitement of fighting in front of a sold-out crowd, showcasing the scale of the event and the inspiration it brings him.
Check this out. Know why we're here now?
Go for it.
58. I'm going to fight in the biggest arena ever. And it's going to be sold out. And who else can do that?
Dallas.
We already sold out. We already sold Dodger Stadium out right now. And the amount of people that fits Dodger Stadium, we already feel that I have to perform. That gives me all the inspiration. Let me know, boy, you better perform tonight. It's time to perform.
Tyson also reflects on his training regimen, noting that while not much has changed, he's focusing on recovery by getting more massages. He highlights his intense training schedule, showing that he's still dedicated to putting in the hard work needed to prepare for this match.
I haven't changed too much. Only thing that I get more massages now. Sometimes I try to overdo it and realize, hey, you need to chill out for a day or two. Well, yeah, I box. What's today? What's today, baby? Huh? On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I boxed 8. It was Monday and Tuesday I boxed 8 rounds. Every day I boxed 8 rounds, 3-minute rounds.
With so much at stake, it's clear that this fight will be about more than just a victory. It's a clash of legacies and ambitions. What are your thoughts on this matchup? Do you think Tyson can still deliver a knockout performance? Or will Jake's determination lead him to victory? Share your thoughts below.